talking about what is your Korean level and find out with CEFR. Okay? So today, as we talked about last week, we're going to find out about your Korean level, whether it is beginner level, intermediate, or advanced, based on the CEFR. Okay? 이번 주는 한국어 능력이 어느 정도 되는지 그거를 조금 테스트 해볼까 합니다. 그래서 다 같이 이제 PPT를 통해서 알아볼 수 있도록 제가 설명을 해드리겠습니다. Okay? Hi everybody, Nikhil, Akshay, Stoha. Hi everybody, and welcome back. And aren't you guys excited to test your Korean level out? We will be doing that one by one, and I hope you get a bit of like how advanced your Korean skills are. Okay? 자, 그러면은 조금 기다렸다가 let's start in a few minutes. Okay? 조금만 더 기다려 볼까요? 이번 주 주제는 그렇게 어렵거나 뭐 그런 거는 없을 거예요. 그냥 차분하게, 그냥 간단하게 내 한국어 실력은 어느 정도인가를 알아보면 좋을 것 같습니다. Is everybody here? Can we start in a few minutes, in a few seconds? Are we capable of doing that? 다들 괜찮으신가요? 안 보여요. 채팅이 안 보여요. 여러분, please let me know if you're live so we can start. 안녕하세요. Everybody, so this Emily VVR said there was a different live that started with teacher Joyce. Oh. Is there a different live that's going on? 아마 다른 곳에서 다른 라이브가 시작했다고 뜨고 있는데 잠시만요. Just a moment. There are some technical difficulties going on, so. Should we start right away? I think I'm seeing the chatting from a different live. Okay, so I guess we will start right away with our class. And sorry for the technical difficulties that have been going on. I guess this is the right live. So everybody, please invite other people who are mistaken to this live over. Okay, so I guess we can start. So, what is CEFR? So the CEFR or CEFRL stands for Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, which is a standard system for measuring language skills. So it describes what learners can do at each level from basic to proficient. For example, saying you're B2 in English clearly shows your ability without needing to explain your country's grading system. Okay? So CEFR is not a language test and not a teaching method, and there's no official CEFR exam or unified test tied to it. Okay? Instead, CEFR levels are often estimated using results from other exams such as TOEIC or TOPIC or DLE. Yes. Okay? So you cannot take a CEFR exam once again, and you can convert your grade to CEFR level. So for example, once again, after taking an M1 JOPT exam, a score of 120 over 180 is about to be the same as B2 level. So you can pretty much assume that which level you are by converting the scores that you got from TOPIC or TOEIC or JLPT to the CEFR standard. So CEFR has 3 categories divided into 6 levels. Okay? A is for basic users, so it divides into 2, A1 and A2. And B, independent users, which can be B1 and B2. And proficient users are divided into C1 and C2. Okay? So, these are sometimes divided more, but these are the basic levels. It takes roughly 200 hours to study to go from one level of CEFR to the next. Okay? 이해하셨나요? 네. So, before we get into finding out our levels in CEFR standard, once again, we have our 2000 core words and phrases in Korean, and it's free. You can get it anywhere, wherever, when you feel like it, okay? And where do you find it again? You can click the link in the description box below to get your free Korean core 2000 core words and phrases textbook, okay? 자, 들어가 볼게요. So, here are the levels of CEFR. Basic user, you can think of, there are the pictures over here, which actually shows the standards of the images that pretty much imply which type of level it is. So A1 and A2, you can basically think of level 1 and level 2. It's basically until the elementary school level, so basically very, very basic introduction type of level. And independent user is basically intermediate level, I guess. B1 and B2 is for level 3 and level 4 each, for each of them. And you can pretty much think of high school level words and phrases and vocabularies. Yeah, everything. High school level and also maybe a bit of university level also. And then C1 goes for level 5, which is basically pretty much business level. So, and C2 is no applicable level. So basically you're pretty much fluent as a native. Okay? Do you understand? So, next. On Korean Class 101, there are absolute beginner, beginner, intermediate, upper intermediate, advanced, and no equivalent. These 6 type of levels available. So, we are beginner level, so I guess we are in A2 right now for the lives that we have been going through until now. Okay? So, please just remember what type of level there are for Korean Class 101, and I hope you can get to know which level you are at the end of this live. So, basic users. We would be talking about A1, so absolute beginner level. Try to see the example texts that will be coming out on the slideshow and try to learn and try to get a handle of which level you are, okay? 자, A1. An A1 level learner is familiar with basic phrases, self-introductions, and they can do simple interactions with help from a higher level or native speaker, but only if the speaker talks slowly and clearly. Okay? 자, example. 저는 음악을 좋아해요. 저는 음악을 좋아해요. I like music. I like music. This is the A1 level sentence, okay? 다들 괜찮으시죠? 이 정도는. I think everybody's pretty much okay with this type of sentence. This is very basic, and I'm pretty sure the people who are listening, who are taking our live very seriously, I'm pretty much sure that you guys are pretty much higher up than this level, right? 저는 음악을 좋아해요. I like music. Everybody gets that, right? 다음, A2 level, beginner level. So for beginner level, A2 level, they're familiar with simple sentences and frequently used expressions. Simple and routine tasks, likes and dislikes. Simple reasons for doing the things and also the basics of the past tense. Is everybody familiar with that? So, their vocabulary covers basic words about things around them and things that describe their family or friends, geography, shopping, and employment. Okay? They can do simple routine tasks and exchange information, ask and answer simple questions, but they cannot maintain a conversation without help. Okay? So think about it. Can you maintain a conversation without any help, or do you need some help in understanding some advanced vocabularies and something other than simple routine tasks and exchanging information? Do you need some help on doing some intermediate level conversations or not? Let's look at the example sentence. 저는 피아노보다 기타를 더 좋아하지만 노래하는 게 제일 좋아요. I like the guitar more than the piano, but singing is my favorite. So, do you think you understand this well? And do you think you talk in this level? Think about it. So, there are these grammars. 피아노보다 기타를 더 좋아하지만 노래하는 게 제일 좋아요. Right? More than, but. We have these grammars over here, and are you applicable to use these grammars, in your daily life conversation? Yes or no? Let's see. So, everybody, let's look in the chat. Emily, so far it seems like I'm between A1 and A2. Never mind, I think I'm A1. Really? I mean, I think like everybody who's in our live class, they're pretty much A2 or higher above up. Huh. Okay. Akshay. And Nikhil. 저는 음악 듣는 것을 좋아해서 쉬는 시간에 자주 이어폰을 끼고 노래를 들어요. 어. 그 정도면은 I think you're way up than A2. Yeah, Nikhil, you're thriving. I can see. And also from Facebook, I'm so sorry for the late 인사. Hi Judy and Jelon. Jelon, 는 게 뭐예요? 아, 노래하는 게. Just 노래하는 게 means like singing. The act of singing. So, 는 게, 노래하는 게 제일 좋아요. Does everybody understand? Okay. Nikhil from Facebook. Hi again. So, yes. You can more explain. Yeah, no, I am definitely a baby. Okay. No. I think everybody's not a baby level, but maybe 초등학생, elementary school level. Yeah, A2, A2. So, is everybody okay with this sentence, example sentence? Should we go to the next one and see how it looks like for the B1 level? Let's do that. So, independent users. Before we get into independent users, once again, we have the 2000 Korean Core Words and Phrases textbook for free, so try to get it out whenever and wherever you're applicable to get it, okay? Because it's free, okay? 넘어갈게요. 자, we have the B1 level, which is the intermediate level. So pretty much you can think of 중학생, 중학교 1에서 3학년. Let's say middle school, first to third year. Okay? 자, a B1 level learner is familiar with producing connected texts of things which are familiar or of personal interest to them, giving reasons for their opinions or plans, using conditional statements. Conditional statements and also giving reasons for their opinions or plans. Are you available to do that? Can you do that? Let's see. Their vocabulary covers the ability to describe events and their hopes, dreams, or goals, the ability to deal with most situations that would come up during travel. Do you have that vocabulary level? I'm pretty much sure everybody kind of has that in our live session, but they can initiate, maintain, and end a simple conversation related to their personal interests or familiar topics, or they can confirm their understanding of something. Can you do that? 우리 라이브에 있는 사람은 할 수 있어요. 할 수 있어요. Okay, before you get into the example sentence, Judy Bay, do you have to sign up for the program to get the free ebook? You need to sign up for your own account to get the free book. Okay? Yeah. So the link in the description box below, you can click it whenever, and you just need to sign up a free account, and then you can get your free book. Okay? Is that easy to understand? And Simon, you can get your PDF right away from the link down in the description box below. So, yeah. 그렇게 해주세요. 네. 자, let's see. The example sentence for our B1 level, okay? 예전에는 록 음악을 자주 들었지만 지금은 클래식을 더 편안해해서 좋아해요. 클래식을 더 편안해서 좋아해요. 클래식이 더 편안해서 좋아해요. 예전에는 록 음악을 자주 들었지만 지금은 클래식이 더 편안해서 좋아해요. I used to listen to rock music often, but now I like classical because it feels more relaxing. 괜찮지 않아요? I think everybody understands. Or am I kind of assuming you guys a bit too advanced level? Or yeah, maybe 과대평가를 하고 있나요, 제가? So everybody understands me when I'm talking in Korean, or is it too fast? Am I okay? Maybe I thought you guys were very, very advanced level. I'm so sorry. I guess. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure you guys understand this sentence, right? No? Okay. I guess I'll have to kind of, slow down my Korean and try to explain it better, slower, in a nice way, okay? A very demure way. I'll do that. Emily, thank you for letting me know. Emily, I can understand with some effort. I don't understand, but I don't mind hearing it. Oh, okay. Yeah, Emily, I did. yeah, I thought you guys were very like advanced level because you guys did understand and did the quiz very well at the end of at the end of each section. So, yeah. Okay. So, Facebook Jilon, 편안하다 to relax. 편안해서 좋아해요. 편안해서 I guess you can say relaxing. 편안해서. 그치만 but 편안해서 would be kind of off if you were talking to a Korean person. 클래식이 편안하다. It feels like a classical is very comfortable, you know. So rather than relaxing, rather than 편안하다, I would recommend to use 클래식이 더 릴렉싱해서. Yeah, 그냥 you could use 릴렉싱해서. 되게 sorry, I think I'm worse in Korean than you guys. I don't even remember which vocab I should use for relaxing in Korean. Relaxing. Yeah, I think it's fine to use relaxing. Relax 하잖아, you know? That kind of. I guess you can use 편안하다 or 편안하다 말고는 또 뭐가 있을까? 클래식이 더 듣기 쉬워서? Yeah, easy to listen? 그렇게 하면 될 것 같아요. Sorry. 자, Roger Park. 록 음악보다 레게 음악을 더 좋아한다. 그렇군요. But you used 보다 and then 더. That, you know, grammar well. So, definitely a bubby one. Yeah. I see so many words and I panic. Emily, I mean, try to cut it, you know, in half. Like, cut it over here and then, like, try to see one by one what the phrases are trying to mean. Okay? Yeah. Everybody okay? Maybe we should get on to B2 level. Okay? So, B2 level is upper intermediate level. And I'm pretty sure everybody don't get, you know, don't get paranoid about like the number of words on the board. If you just try to cut it down into pieces and like, you know, try to see what it means in like small phrases, I'm pretty much you can understand well, okay? So, simple introduction about what B2 level is. So they're familiar with using passive voice and explaining their viewpoint and giving the advantages and disadvantages of different options. Their vocabulary covers abstract meanings. And they can show a certain degree of fluency and spontaneity in conversation. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Sorry. Spontaneity. Spontaneity. Yeah. In conversation. Okay? See? Even I am bad in English. So you guys are better than me. Okay? 자, 넘어갈게요. 솔직히 말하면 저는 재즈에 빠져 있어요. 재즈는 창의적이고 자유로운 표현이 가능한 음악이라고 생각해요. Let me say that one more time because my Korean was bad. 솔직히 말하면 저는 재즈에 빠져 있어요. 재즈는 창의적이고 자유로운 표현이 가능한 음악이라고 생각해요. Was it too fast? Does everybody understand? To be honest, 솔직히 말하면 여기서 좀 let me just like, you know, cut it. To be honest, 저는 재즈에 빠져 있어요. I'm hooked on jazz. 재즈는 창의적이고 자유로운 표현이 가능한 음악이라고 생각해요. I think it's music that allows for creative and free expression. 어때요? How about that? Actually, I'm between B1 and B2, so I'm B1.5. Okay. Really? I mean, I hope you understand this. Like, if you understood B1, and if you can, like, try to cut down the sentences into pieces and, like, understand it somehow, I guess you're B2. I mean, get the confidence, Get the confidence in your body, okay? Yes, if I don't get the sentence, I get a word, so next time it's easier. Good tactic. If you don't get the sentence, you get like a word, 1 or 2 words out of the sentence, and then you can understand what kind of sentence you're talking about, right? You'll always learn something eventually if you do that, right? 자, 재즈는 창의적이고 자유로운 표현이 가능. So let's cut it over here. So this is one sentence, right? From here to here, it's one sentence. From I think to expression, it's one sentence, right? 재즈는 창의적이고 creative. That means creative. 창의적이고 creative. 자유로운 표현이 가능한 is one phrase. Okay? Free expression that allows free expression. 자유로운 표현이 가능한 음악, music 이라고 생각해요. I think. 쉽죠? Easy. Cut it down and you'll understand it soon pretty well. Okay? Korean is all about puzzle, matching the phrases up and then trying to understand what each phrases mean. And if you get a handle of like how the phrases line up, then I'm pretty sure you're going to be fine in understanding long sentences like this. Okay? So do not be afraid, Emily. Do not be afraid. Yes. Roger, Park, jazz is great, but I like how you're breaking up the phrases in bite-sized chunks. It makes it easier to understand. Yeah, like whenever you're trying to do like a reading comprehension in Korean, like it's really, really easier for you guys to understand Korean when you like try to cut it up in like, chunks and like try to understand it by those chunks, okay? It's way easier to understand. And Korean people learn English like that too. Okay? So 등가 교환. 좋아요. So, I guess we should go on to the next. Proficient users. Okay? So, there's the C1 advanced level. A C1 level learner is familiar with producing clear, well-structured, and detailed information on complex topics. Okay? And they're familiar with controlled use of organizational patterns and connector words. Their vocabulary covers a wide range of topics and includes synonyms for different words. They can use the language effectively and flexibly in academic and professional environments. So they express ideas fluently and spontaneously without trying to think of vocabulary or expressions in a way that is obvious to others. So they can pretty much do everything in advance, I guess. Very 복잡하게 설명했죠? Let's look at the example sentence. This is the C1 level, okay? 분명히 말하자면, see? 도입부가 달라요. The headers. This is pretty much native, I guess. The expressions that this person is using is definitely advanced. Okay? To clarify, classical music is not only sophisticated but also enriches the heart. However, I personally prefer jazz. Okay? 자, let me give you an explanation about what this person is talking about. Okay? 분명히 말하자면. 분명히 말하자면 is a very intensified way of saying to clarify, to be honest with you, it's a very intense way of telling your opinion. So, 분명히 말하자면, to clarify, 클래식 음악은 단순히 세련되었을 뿐만 아니라 단순히 is to intensify the phrase that this person will be talking about. So, it's not only sophisticated. It's not only sophisticated. 세련되었을 뿐만 아니라 not only sophisticated. 마음을 풍요롭게 해줍니다. 마음을 풍요롭게 해줍니다. Also enriches the heart. Okay? 그러나, however, I personally, 저는 개인적으로, I personally prefer, 재즈를 더 좋아합니다. See the 더, prefer, jazz. 어때요? 조금 이거는 advanced. It is advanced. I get it is advanced. Yes. The words, the vocabs that this person is using is also very advanced. 세련되었을 뿐만 아니라 세련되다, 풍요롭다. Advanced level. So, this is C1. C1 type of example sentence. Okay? 어떤가요? 어떤가요? Is everybody okay? Is everybody following this pretty well? Okay? Everybody? No panicking. You will someday get to this level. Okay? Oh, I guess we got loss of Facebook. So, okay. I guess we only have YouTube now. Sergey, 나는 음악, 특히 클래식 음악을 좋아합니다. Okay. Actually, so did you understand this 60%? I hope you did, because that is great if you did. Okay? I guess these type of words are really hard to understand. It's really advanced, so. Yay, everybody is motivated to get to C1 level, right? See how poetic it is? Expressing your own opinion in a very, very, fancy way. Well, don't you want to do that in Korean? Because once you get a handle of it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be fun every single day to, boast about your Korean expression and vocabularies, right? You're going to be like, oh, jazz is not my type. Oh, that's too basic. And then you'll be like, oh, 나는 재즈는 마음을 더 풍요롭게 해주고 세련됐으니까 더 좋아해. 막 이런 식으로. Okay? So you can fancify yourself, I guess. 자, so C2 level. So there's no equivalent level for C2. So at the C2 level, a person can speak at the same level as a native speaker of the language. At this point, they can talk without any issues with native speakers. So there is no material on our sites, which is C2 level. Okay? Let's take a look. 음악의 사회적 역할은, 음악의 사회적 역할을 논한다면 재즈는 개인의 정체성을 형성하는 강력한 수단이라고 주장할 수 있습니다. Wow. That is advanced. And that is native. Okay? If one were to discuss the social role of music, jazz could be argued as a powerful means of shaping individual identity. Jilon, I'm dizzy. I'm kind of dizzy too. Yeah. And just to add my personal opinion, I think C1 is already native level. Yeah. C1 is not advanced. C1 is already native. That's native. Even Koreans nowadays, like the young Koreans, like the 중학교, 고등학생들, they don't even know how to express themselves like in the C1 level. I bet they don't know. Okay? So C1 level is already native, like pure, it's okay, it's native. C2 is like, you know, university level, professor level, very linguistic level, advanced. Okay? We don't say in this tone in daily conversations, even in Korean. Yeah. Only in like business, you know, meetings, or maybe when we're writing reports in our universities. Yeah, so don't think of this as like the standard of like being native Korean or something. Actually, C2 level gave me goosebumps. Yeah, kinda, right? Social role of music? Social role of music. Right? 논한다면? 논한다면 we were to discuss. That means 논한다면. 논한다면. If one were to discuss. So that's another grammar up there. And 재즈는 개인의 정체성을. 정체성. Identity. Individual identity. 개인의 정체성을 형성하는. shaping. 강력한 수단이자. 강력한 수단. As a powerful means. 이라고 주장할 수 있습니다. 주장할 수 있습니다. Could be argued as. 이렇게 갑니다. See? I mean, I guess the pattern was pretty weird for this sentence. So everything lines up at the end of the English sentence, right? Once again, it's all phrases. Phrases, vocabularies, sentences. That's it. Vocab, phrase, sentence. And you just need to cut them up, try to match it into the English version, try to find out where it goes, and you'll be fine. 다들 don't be scared, okay? Yeah, challenge yourself, okay? Once again, Korean people also learn English in this way too, okay? So, you can do the same way. Yeah. Cut them up and try to dissect what it means, you know. Then you'll be fine. Okay? 너무 우울하죠? It's really depressing, right? Don't be. And before we get into the next section, click below for your free Core Words ebook, textbook, 2,000 core words and phrases in Korean, which you can get anywhere, anytime, if you just make an account for free and get your free textbook. Easy. So, CEFR is an international framework for measuring language proficiency. It is not a test or teaching method, but a state standard reference to describe what learners can do at each level. Okay? When 6 levels, A1 to C2, CEFR makes it easy to compare language skills globally and across different exams. 그쵸? So, how many of these words can you use in a Korean sentence? Let's see. Water, problem, theory, hospital, environment, structure. Try to test it out. This is like a small quiz for you guys. 해볼래요? 해보세요. Try to do it. How many of these words can you use in a Korean sentence? Water, problem, theory, hospital, environment, structure. 한국어로. In Korean. In Korean. Is everybody okay? Is everybody alive? Is everybody getting the sentences right? Okay. So water problem theory, hospital and environment. I guess not structure. Okay. 공식 개념? 공식이 될 수도 있고 개념이 될 수도 있고. Okay? Structure 조직 구성 환경 문제 병원 물 물 주세요. 야사이 물 주세요. 오케이. Good. 문제 I think people know 문제, right? 문제는 알잖아. Everybody knows 문제, right? Problem? 문제? 병원? Hospital? I guess theory is pretty much hard to understand, you know, right? Yeah. So, let's go. I guess it's like the end. So this was the last quiz for our class today. But once again, everybody, don't get paranoid about your Korean level. So just get along with the classes that we have here on Korean Class 101, and soon you'll see yourself getting your Korean better and better, just step by step, you know, not taking big, huge steps. Step by step, you'll get yourself in a very advanced position. And as I told you, when you're learning, I'll help you along by breaking down the sentences, the example sentences that we have, and you will be used to breaking down the sentences, and you will be way better in the reading comprehension and listening comprehension too. So, don't be scared, and you'll be thriving for Korean language too. Okay, so I guess everybody, you can maybe take a screenshot of like the screen over here. Okay? 괜찮은가요? Okay. 자, 그렇다면 I guess this is the end of today's class, and next week we will be talking about meeting someone for the first time. Questions you need to know in Korean. Okay? So, now that you got to know that which level you are right now, I guess we can get along with our next live session way better off, okay? Yeah. 자, 그러면 let's see you guys next week. And thank you, Emily VBR. I'm grateful for your classes. Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad that you learned a lot from my lives, okay? 앞으로 더, I'll try to, you know, intensify my explanation of like the sentences and break down the sentences more so that you guys can understand, and make sure the vocabs that are like on for the example sentences are clear, that you guys understand, okay? Can understand. So, 다음 주에 이거 하러 다시 와주세요. Next week, same time, and we will be talking about meeting someone for the first time in Korean, okay? So, thank you so much for today, and 화이팅 합시다. 알겠죠? 여러분.